Hello, wonderful people. The lovely JD asked me, from Willow Bound Journals, asked me to be a part of this really fun month-long of August challenge by keeping a keepsake journal, making one, and filling it up with all of the wonderful little keepsakes you have from childhood. So I have really been enjoying it. I haven't done a lot yet, but I have been enjoying the process of it, and I will continue after August. I just haven't had the ability to get a lot done so far, but here we go. This is Beauty. That is my prompt for today. Here's some photos I have here. This was me when I was a kid, dressed up in my mum's wedding dress. This is me when I was even littler with my little sister dressed up. Here I was dressed up in my cousin's little dress that I just loved, and then this was me dressed up to go to a party when I was about 12. And so I really wanted to roll with this theme of beauty being kind of like a dress up sort of theme, because that was just really what came to mind for me when I was thinking about beauty and looking through my photos from when I was a kid. So I picked out those 4 where I had dressed up in pretty dresses, and they just were really special photos for me, all 4 of them. I don't remember the ones where I'm really little, but the 3 where I'm a little older, I remember them very distinctly, the memories of getting dressed up for those. I remember getting to wear my mum's wedding dress outside. That was so special. I remember we didn't get to play with it a whole lot. My grandma's wedding dress had been ruined because she had let her kids play with it all the time. So mum didn't let us get it out very often. So we just were allowed it very occasionally to look at it, and she let me try it on when I was probably, 12 or 13 in that photo where I've got it on. And it was just like so fun and special to try it on, and it fit me perfectly, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm the size of a fully grown adult, but that's all right. So I remember distinctly putting that on and having photos taken out in the garden and loving that. And then that photo there that you can see of me in that little dress, I remember my much older than me cousin had that dress when she was little. And we were sometimes allowed to try it on when we went to my auntie's house, and it was always like the funnest thing was to get to put that beautiful princess dress on. So I do remember that time as well. So I wanted to include that. Then there's a photo, I don't remember the photo of me and my little sister dressing up together, but I am dressed up as a bride, and my little sister is supposed to be my bridesmaid, and she's carrying my veil behind me, and it's such a cute little photo. And then the photo you can see that I just pulled out of the book there was me dressed up. We were having a New Year's Eve party. It was down in the campground that is close to my house, and they had bands, at least a band, I don't know how many bands there, playing, and it was like a big deal because I live in a very rural area where nothing ever happened. So having bands come to my area to play was massive. So I got all dressed up in my pretty pink dress, and it was just so sweet. So sweet and innocent. Here you can see I have this little pocket in the middle. It's made out of vellum or something. It was actually sent to me by Sarah from the Mushroom Market in a little package that I purchased from her. And I just thought it was so pretty. I wanted to include it in my book, and it happened to fall on the page that was about beauty. So here I'm making a little journaling card kind of thing, little tag sort of thing that I can pop into that little pocket and stick some of my photos on. I had this really interesting tea-dyed paper there, which I really loved how it turned out, so I wanted to include that, and I have just cut it to size, and now I am figuring out what I'm going to put on it. I decided to put that photo that's horizontal there on that back last page. I don't know if that's the best choice, but that's what I did, and I am happy with how it turned out in the end. I used the photo of me dressed up in that little dress over on the left-hand page, and then the photos of when I'm about 12 both go onto the little journaling tag that I have made for myself. So I just found a few little bits and pieces that I wanted to maybe include to layer up on this little tag. I've pushed the journal, as you can see, over to the side so I could just focus in on this little tag that I wanted to be working on. I honestly love these photos of myself from when I was a kid. I just have such strong memories of this day, going to this party, and every time James looks at this photo of me dressed up like that, he always just thinks I look so cute, because I obviously have tried like so hard to get dressed up for this little party, and it's just very sweet. Like, I've got a beautiful hair clip, a necklace, my makeup's done, and I never got to wear makeup when I was a kid. It's just like, oh my goodness, I don't know, it cracks me up how much effort I'd obviously put in to go to this little party. So it's a fun photo. I, as you can see, am just layering up bits of that wallpaper, and then I had this little like vellum piece with a butterfly on it, which works quite well because I have a feeling that my dress had butterflies on it as well as flowers. So that does work pretty well. And I am just going to layer things up on here. I'm going to stick down the photo, I believe now, but I have this doily piece that I also include on this tag over the top of the photo to layer it all up. Oh no, I've stuck that down now. Obviously that didn't go over the top, that went underneath the photo. So I've stuck down that little doily, and now I'm going to stick down the photo. Coming over to the back of this little tag now, and I've pulled out that little photo of me wearing my mum's wedding dress, and I'm going to find a few bits and pieces to layer up over this side too. I have that piece of dark brown paper, and then I also have a little strip of wallpaper left over from the wallpaper I stuck down on the right hand page that I thought I would include. Do you think I will stick down the photo at the right level that little bit of wallpaper is going to look the way I planned it to look? Answer is no. I stick the photo way too high, but that's okay. We make it work. I stick it down there, and then I find that this little strip of wallpaper no longer fits the space that I needed it to. It's either a little bit, the bottom's going to be too high or the top's going to be too low. So I stuck it down up higher where I kind of would have wanted it on the photo, and then I just run a little washi tape along the bottom, which fixes that little mess nicely. I'm quite peeved at myself that I'm out of frame for this, because I did in fact mark off on my desk where in frame was so that I wouldn't go out of frame, but somehow obviously I have still managed to ignore my markers and just go with wherever, and have cut the whole bottom of this video here off the screen, which is just so classic me. I am terrible at filming. So now we are pulling the book back over, and we're going to flip around and decide where we're working here. We're going to add some of the washi because we added that to the tag. Now I wanted to add some to the pages just to make it a little bit more, add some continuity, I guess, to the tag with the pages. So there you can see, added that washi, and now I am going to try and work on this left hand page. It did take a bit of working to get something that I was happy with, but I was happy with it in the end. That little pouch that you see there over on the left, that has my washi stickers in it. I've got a lot of florals and mushrooms and botanical kind of images in there, which I really, really love. So I have been using them quite a bit in this journal, and I'm going to use them again here on this spread. You can see that while I was chatting, I found a little piece of lace that I wanted to attach to the top of this little tag journal card thing, just so that I could easily pull it in and out of that little pocket there. And I think that looks really cute with the images where I'm all dressed up, adding that lacy part to it. So that is now on the top there, and it's easier, much easier for me to pull it in and out of the little pocket. You can see here I have found this other piece of wallpaper that I want to include. It's got really cute little kind of like almost flower motifs, but they're sort of hearts as well. I'm not sure, but it's really cute paper, and I thought it went well with this beauty spread. It's very childish, like childlike, and I don't know, I just thought it worked really well. So I stick my photo down very badly to begin with, and then add some staples because I knew it wasn't stuck down very well, and just tore around it to get to be about the shape that I wanted and the size. I stick it up higher there, as you can see just how I've got it there, and you can see with my little finger tapping I'm trying to decide what to do. So I have stuck down my picture with the staples for now. I do go back and add some glue to it later. I was just looking at more scraps to see if I could add another layer in there, which I do actually choose to do with that little piece of craft grid paper that I had there, I do include that on the page as well. Coming back in with my glue stick now. This glue stick is not very good. I really don't like the glue stick that I have currently. This one here, it's really pretty average. It's very, very cheap and it doesn't stick very well, but it was the glue stick that I had to hand, so that's what we're going with. So I am going back in again, adding my washi tape again, just to add that continuity like I said earlier. Just wanted to include that so that it all kind of matches together and looks like a cohesive spread. I pull out that little washi sticker of those flowers, which I really, really liked. It was the first one I pulled out. Normally it takes me quite a while to find one that I'm happy with, but this one I just felt like it worked. So I included that kind of layered over the photo a little bit. And I really liked that. I did try the options, a few options here on this page, but none of them really felt like they fit. I didn't want to cover up too much of that lovely wallpaper that I have underneath there. I really liked those flowers that I already had, so I didn't end up including any of those washi stickers on the other page. And this was me with a tiny scrap of that grid craft paper. I was seeing if I could make it work, but I don't include that either. I had to take a little quick break in the filming, and so you can see the light has changed a little bit. Here I am pulling out some of these little cute label spaces that I have. I think they were in a Happy Mail from Zeta from Unicorn Mail, I believe. They are so lovely, and I love that kind of vintage look for this book particularly, so I'm really pleased that I have them. Here I am writing the word beauty, and I am using some really sweet gold alpha stickers that I have. I thought that little pop of gold would look really nice. I do this all wrong. I tried by starting with putting the two middle letters in the middle, which you'd think would work, but the T was much thinner than the other letters, and so everything gets a little off. So I do go back in and fix it up in just a moment. There we go, all better. It's still a bit off to the side, but it's fine. I'm perfectly happy with how it turned out. So now I am grabbing some of my really pretty little gold sparkly stars, I believe will be the next thing, and I just spatter them around on the page and on my tag. And I just am obsessed with these. They're from Daiso. I get the lovely Kayla to buy them for me because there's no Daiso near me. So whenever she goes, if they're there, she'll ask me often if I would like some more. So she gets them for me. She's my dealer. And I absolutely love these little stars. They are just the most stunning and beautiful little things. They add so much for me to a page. I also included, which you will have seen, the little word phrase things that I had on a little sticker sheet. I've added them to a lot of the pages, the 2 pages and the little tag. That is my spread all done now, guys. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Go and have a look at the other Keepsake Journal Prompts and follow the other people that have been creating for that. Go and follow JD from Willow Bound Journals if you haven't already. She is a really wonderful creator and I really recommend her. So thanks so much, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!